What is the essence of being a Jew that has allowed Jews to survive under persecution and in some thrive?
That's such a great question, Charlie. It's not an easy question to answer, but I think my answer would be, if you look at these books behind me, these are some of the tractates of the Babylonian Talmud, which is the Jewish oral law, from where Jewish law comes. And I think the reason Judaism survived is that 2,000 years ago, when the temple was destroyed by the Romans, because the Jewish Israelite religion was really built around animal sacrifice at a temple, but the temple was destroyed by the Romans and Jewish sovereignty was destroyed. But Jews developed what Heinrich Heine called what has been called the portable homeland of the Jew. And the portable homeland are these books, these texts, and which are a series of laws and stories and guides about how to live. And they have some crazy, wacky stuff in there, and some stuff that would strike you and me as very even offensive. But they also have they're the compendium of centuries and millennia of Jewish thinking about how to live and how to relate to God. And I think that has sustained us even under difficult times.
I had a good friend who was Jewish. Unfortunately, he died, but his name is Dan Weil. I'll mention his name because I always think about this. He looked me in the eye at one point. He said, the reason the Jews have survived under persecution is that to become a man, you had to be literate, right? And you had to learn how to read, which is in the beginnings of some of those many thousands of tribes, being literate was not a requirement. So I thought that was interesting.
Your friend is a smart guy, and I think it's true. I think this culture could not have emerged without literacy. And actually, men, but in fact, one of the reasons that American Jews, I think, have been successful in the United States is that a very disproportionate percentage of Jewish women who immigrated from Eastern Europe in the late 19th, early 20th century were literate, more than in some other immigrant groups that came to the United States. And that, I think, had a huge impact on the educational success of Jews in the United States.
I'll go back to my first question, and then we'll wrap it up. I asked you what it meant to be Jewish, and you provided your answers. But give me a sense of, what are you advocating as a fellow Jew? How do you be Jewish after the destruction of Gaza, after October 7th? Like, what does it mean to be a Jew?
Well, I think that vis-a-vis Palestinians, I think what it means is that we believe that all human beings are created in the image of God, not just Jews. That the Torah doesn't begin with the Jewish story. We believe the Jewish story begins with Abraham, but the beginning of Genesis is not the story of Abraham and his family. It's the story of Adam and Eve and Noah.